Hello. Welcome to Pocket Change. I'm Candace, your host, I guess. Welcome to my studio. We've got the laundry room on the left, my left, your right. We have the beautiful gym on the my right, your left. And then behind me, we have the beautiful velvet curtains that are giving a callback to the presidential wallpaper that was here. Tell you more about that in a minute. Then we have the dirty laundry over here. And then we have the clean laundry down here. So a little bit of how this will go. I'll stand here, I'll chat, I'll do laundry. I'll try very hard not to pull up unmentionables because I do have 2 young children. I do have me and I do have my husband. I'm sure not everyone wants to see panties just like flying around. That doesn't sound like fun. But anyhow, welcome. So, welcome to Pocket Change. I wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory and why I wanted to do this. I'm going to attempt. We're going to see. I'm not really great on keeping on task. You can ask several of my friends or any of my friends, frankly. But isn't that like the best conversations where you like stop and you're like, wait, how did I get here? How did we get onto this subject? We were talking about tacos. How are we talking about like amusement parks? You know? So we'll see. Let's go on this journey together. It'll be great. Lovely. So, as I said, I'm Candace. We live in a North Dallas suburb called Plano. We purchased this home last year. It is a fixer-upper for sure. It is over 50 years old, and it had not been really touched since we moved it. It hadn't been touched much for keeping it like up to date and in this century. I think century is the right word. Anyway, it hadn't been kept up, so we're slowly but surely trying to make it pretty. Oh, that was a terrible fold. Ooh, let's try that again. So yeah, my old house where I originally had this idea to do a podcast, there's actually, I guess, a vlog now, video podcast. I'm not really sure the actual technical term. Whatever it is I'm doing, my original idea to do this in our home we lived in, whenever I originally, created this idea, along with my husband, who came up with the name for Pocket Change, by the way. He thought it was great. I had an entire laundry room, like with its own door, and I had like one of those old school like pull-out ironing boards. It was like, pew. It was lovely. Honestly, the ironing board, whenever we went to go tour that house, was one of my favorite features. I was like, oh my God, it comes with an ironing board. I love it. I love old school stuff. I'm a big fan. I love character. So yeah, the plan was to prop my beautiful little fancy schmancy thing up on the ironing board, and I would just lock myself in and do this and have conversations with you guys, which is just a phone looking at me and there's no one behind it, but I'm pretending my friends are here. It's great. So you're all my friends. Yay! But then we moved. Sad. But I still had all this equipment. I was like, I was still talking about it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this podcast. I'm going to call it Pocket Change. It's going to be lovely. Never happened. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this Friday. I'm going to do it. I do it. So then comes the past few weeks, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I got new headshots done by my fabulous photographer friend Dorley and Erica. Baseballs. I was like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to launch it. I'm just going to go for it. So I've probably recorded this same podcast. I listened 4 times already this evening. The first time I didn't like it because I was sniffling too much, because apparently I got a little sniffle going on. The second time I didn't like it because my hair started hitting the microphone. And the third time I stopped because everything kind of collapsed upon myself, like my setup. So I'm feeling good, feeling excited about it. At least I've gotten all of my anywho's out. I think I said like 5 million anywho's. You guys are so welcome. But a little more about us. As I said, we live in Plano. And it was this beautiful fixer-upper. It is our happy place. That's what that sign says back there. I don't know if you can read it because I did the fancy cinematic view, so I think it like blurs everything out. I don't really know. And I am married with my fantastic, fabulous husband. We are coming up on 1 whole year of marriage in March. Yay! We went to Ireland on our honeymoon. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And can I just tell you, if you're going to go on a trip, book it through Costco. It's so cheap, so much cheaper, and it's hotel was beautiful, concierge was beautiful, booking it was beautiful, and then also if you have a Costco card, the executive membership and the Costco credit card, points, yo. Just saying. And then I have 2 daughters. I think I said that. I don't know. Let's see. I have Mackenzie, who is 16, and then I have Emma, who is 9. So Mackenzie, as you figured, is driving, which she didn't want to drive. She had no want to drive. I don't know if this is a trend because every other person that I know who has a child around my age, same thing. Their kids have no want to drive. I don't know about y'all, but I was a baby in my class, so I turned 16 my junior year, I believe. And so I was like the last one to get my license. I was chomping at the bit. I hated being taken everywhere by my brother. I hated mooching on friends for a ride. I hated it. Even though we did have a good group of friends at the time, and we all rode together. We were all in drill team, and I have some fabulous memories in my friends' cars. So I wouldn't trade that, but man, I was so ready to drive and turn on the music, jam, pretend like you're in a music video, maybe cry a little. You all did it. Don't tell me you didn't. If you didn't, this is not the podcast for you. I'm just going to say it. So she's driving. And that's nice. I've only lost it a few times. But I will say, perks of kids driving, they bring you coffee. And I love coffee. And I have, in turn, learned, or I have taught, I haven't learned my child. I've taught my child, my 16-year-old, to love coffee as well. Do I think it's a good thing that a 16-year-old loves coffee and is addicted to coffee? Not really. But do I love going on coffee runs with her? I do. I really do. It's so fun. Go to Dutch Bros. That's our main one we go to. It's just right down the street from us. Starbucks. It's not our favorite. It's just convenient because it's absolutely everywhere. And then had a low battery. Ooh. Hopefully I don't have my battery die while I'm doing this. Who probably needs to plug their phone in while we do this? So yeah, but and then let's see. Where was I? See, I forgot. What have I? I'll tell you. So I am a brand new baby realtor, just a baby, wee little tot. I officially got licensed in December. Officially, which that's a whole nother story. December of last year, joined a brokerage, paid the buckets of money. No one warned you. You have to pay to even become a realtor in the state of Texas. Did all that. So I'm a baby realtor, just trying to learn my way and figure out how to do things. I'm actually loving it. It's great fun. Great fun indeed. It really is. Um, so that's about us. I talked about my house. It's a bit of a fixer-upper. It's all the things around us and my kiddos and my fantastic husband. So now I'm going to tell you some fun facts. It'll probably be good to know if you want to continue listening to this, and if you haven't already turned me off and been like, man, she rambles too much. But I love Diet Coke. Love it. McDonald's specifically. It was $1.08, and then inflation killed it. Now it's like, I don't know, $1.30. I don't know. I forget. Maybe it's $1.12. I forget. But inflation made it go up. As I mentioned earlier, I love coffee. Love coffee. My husband and I love going on long romantic walks to Costco and IKEA. And where else do we like to go? Target. Can't forget Target. Was there just tonight. We're very simpletons. We enjoy our long walks and sorry, my nose is itching. Told you, I'm getting a runny nose. Long walks, romantic walks, holding hands, buying in bulk. It's our thing. It is. If you stick around long enough, you'll learn. If we're out and about, we go to Costco, we go to Target every single time. Hold, please. So yeah, I have a daughter. We love going to get coffee. It's lovely. It's lovely now that she can go and get the coffee for me. And actually just yesterday, yesterday was Sunday. We were cleaning and she came up to me and she's like, hey, I have to run to Target to get stuff for my friends for Valentine's Day. Is there anything you need? What? Oh, let me go look at our list. And she's like, no, continue cleaning. I'll go look at the list. So y'all, having a teenager drive does frighten you terribly, very terribly, but they go to the store for you. Ooh, hanger just fell. Is that not so amazing? Like, and I don't know why I'm so shocked by this. I remember as soon as I got my license, my mom and dad were like, hey, can you go to the store? We want to have chili tonight. And then they'd give me the list. I had to purchase everything for the chili. It's like they wanted chili, and then they were like, oh, we have nothing for it, but we want it, so go get it. Anyhow, so having a child drive is terribly awesome. I love it. I hate it all at the same time. I know she's getting her independence. It's just something else. But yeah. So that's kind of me and my life in a nutshell. Got me, got Mike, my lovely husband, who puts up with my insane ideas and my insane thoughts where I'm like, hey, let's go buy a house right after we get back from our honeymoon. Hey, let's go purchase an RV that's in Des Moines, Iowa. Hey, I'm going to start a podcast. Hey, I think I'm going to get my realtor's license. What? I'm so very grateful to have a partner who cheers me on and encourages me to keep pushing myself and challenging myself and do things that make me feel uncomfortable. It is like the biggest blessing in the world. Side note, if you can hear it, those are our squeaky floors because, as I mentioned earlier, my daughter, her room is right above our laundry room / workout room / podcast studio. And our floors are very, very squeaky. But they're not as squeaky as they were. This is after the people that remodeled did our floors. Like, they're like, we're going to put in a whole box of screws and they'll make it less squeaky. Cool. Whatever. I'm excited to be a part of it. So yeah. But he's amazing. And he's upstairs working his little tail off for us. And he is taking care of us so well. Like, so well. And here's a little topic. Look at that little segue for me. Y'all take note. I'm making a segue. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And I have to say, I've always loved Valentine's Day. It was Mackenzie's favorite holiday growing up. I think it still ranks up there. We used to have these Valentine's Day parties. It was so cute. It started out with her cousins. And then, as they got older, we invited friends, which that was hilarious because in the first like 2 or 3 years, we had friends bring birthday presents because I guess you can't have a sleepover unless it's a birthday. So these parents would bring their kids and then they would bring gifts for Mackenzie with a happy birthday card. I'm like, oh, happy birthday, Mackenzie. So that was always very interesting to have to explain. Like, no, it's just a party. It's just a party, just a slumber party. I don't know. I guess that's another thing. I don't think my kids particularly, slumber parties aren't a thing. I don't know if it's just technology and the fact they can FaceTime their people. I don't know what it is. But if your kiddos have slumber parties all the time, that's cool. I was so excited about that when I became a parent. I was so excited about my kids always having other kids over and having like basically a second or third, adopted kiddo for the weekend. It just doesn't happen. I don't know if it's just because we live far away from the school we attend, or I'm not sure what it is, but it makes me sad. So if you have that, that's awesome. And just know I'm jealous of you. And, but yeah, about love, back to love. So it was Mackenzie's favorite holiday, and I think it still is because she made these really funny cards for her friends. She's very punny. She loves dad jokes. For school, she even did a podcast called Dad Jokes. Super adorable. So yeah, Valentine's Day has always been real big in our house, and today we even went to Target and we split up. And so Emma has Mike and I have Mackenzie, and then of course Mike has Emma and Mackenzie has me. So we went to Target together, but we split off in teams, and we each bought our person their Valentine's gift. So it was really fun to kind of go shopping all together. And Emma and I were like, okay, well, we're done. So we're just gonna like go to the car. And so we hung out. And then bringing in the gifts was hilarious because teenagers, they're like, oh, here's your, no, it's okay. Here's your present. I was like, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, kid, not tonight. So yeah, so we're going to exchange presents tomorrow morning at breakfast. And I'm excited to see what Mike and Mackenzie came up with. That'll be interesting. So yeah, but let me just try to stay on task a smidge for you. Mike is this incredible human who I met at work, and he started it as a friend, and then he became a best friend, and then the rest is history. And let me just say, I am so very lucky to actually be married to the person who I call my best friend. And like, man, do we talk about everything together. This is probably TMI, but we bother my beautiful, hilarious brother-in-law because we openly talk about poop. We're not bashful about it. We talk about it. It's not a secret because you know what? Everybody poops. And it just drives him nuts. So whenever he's around, we do kind of make sure to sneak it in a little bit more than we usually would. But yeah, it is quite hilarious. But he is like my best friend, and he's so romantic, and the way he proposed was beautiful, and the way he takes care of us is amazing. And I just really hope that wherever you are, whoever is listening to this, you have a lovely Valentine's Day and you know how incredibly loved you are. And I hope you come back and I hope you listen to the next episode. And you know what? If you like everything I'm saying, that's awesome. And so excited you're here. If you don't, then you do you, boo. You do not have to listen to this. No one is forcing you. I'm just excited to actually do it and to see what comes of it. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Look at that. I have almost a full cart. I have 4 empty baskets. So I did it. I did laundry. Yay, pocket change.